Good morning. This is a good
morning.
time.
How are you?
Great. Not much going on in the market, so this is perfect.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We got Costas on there. Just wait for a few more people to join.
Hi, Raj.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good. All right, there we go. So which pair did you guys trade today? Let's take that pair. Doesn't have to be a pair we traded, but any pair that you traded. Any suggestions?
I didn't trade. I got up too late. And nothing's fresh to me. Anyway,
All right.
Okay, do the we traded the pound cat earlier.
Pound cut.
Okay, okay. All right, so as you can see, I have the MACD oscillator, OSMA oscillator on the 5-minute chart. This is the 4-hour trend, okay? So it's the 4-hour 325-2 linear weighted quadratic. The reason I have this in here is I want my 4-hour to sync up with my H1 candle before I start looking for sync down here. And that basically gives me the trend for the higher time frames, and then I can get a sync on the trade itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
I like that.
So I know my H4 has turned here from magenta to cyan. I know my candle has gone from red to blue, which means the 1 hour has turned. So I'll just mark it with a vertical line. Now I'm just waiting for a sync, which happens right here. Everything's lined up, right? Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
And this is your 5-minute chart.
This is my 5-minute chart. Now, here's my entry. This spread is a little high, so say the entry was somewhere here. Here's my stop loss. So 18 pips, 20 pips. So maybe I take the next one, which is here. There's a stop loss over here. This is my fulcrum, my pivot point. And it's a 30 pip stop or 30 pip stop loss, better than the 20. And then I stay in the trade till this bar turns red. Not in the active point, but when it finishes red. So this would have been a 95 pip trade. Okay. Now, over here, there's probably some flip-flop of the colors as it's changing trend. Okay. So whatever you've been experiencing, where the colors keep changing, right? By matching the two trends and then looking for the sync, that will eliminate because the trend will be set, it won't change colors that often. Got that? That makes sense?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's just an additional confirmation that you now have the 4-hour trend, the 1 hour trend, and the syncing on multiple time frames. Telling you, and then your risk reward, right? I could have taken this trade with 20 pips, but how much did I lose? 8 pips. When I'm making 95 pips, do I need to worry about 8 pips? No.
No, hardly.
Yeah. So that's basically what it is. Then on the 15-minute chart, I have my H12 or H10, H12, giving me this direction, right? So
Yeah.
H12, H4 coming into sync. And in this one, it's over here. If I stay on the 15-minute, so 14 pip stop loss, 60 pip trade.
Mhm.
And well, the sync was actually here, so yeah, still a 60 pip trade with a 14 pip stop loss. So 5 pips, 5 minutes is obviously better for entries.
Yeah,
But on the 15, it's the same concept. It's a 4-hour candle and a 12-hour higher time frame.
Will you show your settings on that, please?
Yeah, it's just a 4-hour. Why is it showing me?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, there it is, 975 and 6.
how do you get the line? I mean, forgive my ignorance.
Oh, the line is right
Is
here,
there a setting?
right here in the colors. The number 2 and number 3 are the
Oh.
lines.
Okay, so we have it. We just,
You just haven't turned it on, that's all.
okay.
I don't need the arrows. The arrow is basically the change in color, so you don't need the arrows.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can do the same thing on the 1 hour. You know, a 4-hour candle in the H12. So I have it on the 15 and the 1. You know, when everything matches, if I need to switch time frames, then like here, the D2 is in sync and be a longer trade. If I did that, then my trade would be here, still in the trade, 67 pips.
Mhm.
Okay. And H4 is kind of a mess right now because I haven't really cleaned it up, but it's really the weekly that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
With the daily candle. And I don't need the other two. It's the same concept, you know, 2 time frames up is the long-term trend. 1 time frame up is the candle. And then from there you go match your trades, right?
Yeah.
So for example, on this one, the weekly changed over here. The candle changed over here.
Mhm.
Here's the sync. And there's a trade all the way down here. So in here, 363 pips. So if you want to trade the 4 hour, you can do that. We're not trading the 4 hour.
No,
And you can do that on the 1 minute. And in 1 minute, you have a 15-minute candle. So you would do a 1 hour and 15 minute. I think it's the 1 hour. Yeah, so you don't need the 4 hour. It's the same concept. You know, your 1 hour changed, 15-minute changed. Here's your sync on the 1 minute. Here's the entry. Stop loss is 5 pips. And since your H1 ends over here, this is a 1 minute trade now.
Yeah.
47 pips. If you get 47 pips on a 1 minute, you should be jumping up and down.
oh, yeah, yeah.
So this to me, this just puts it visually where my long-term trend is.
Yeah,
And this already gives me the next, the next, 1 minute goes with 15 minutes. So I didn't put a 5 minute, I put a 15-minute candle. And it gives me the 15-minute and the one hour. And then I do the syncing. Same concept here, 5, 15, everything syncs. And there's my trade.
yeah, it's a quick look. It's at a glance, you
Yeah.
really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So that's all I wanted to show you. If you have any questions,
Yeah, I do. And I ask for forgiveness from everybody for being not very bright. Could you take that indicator off and then show us how to put it back on?
This one,
Yeah,
let's make sure it's only on that one. Okay, I can do that. So I go in here and
Okay.
program MACD
On chart, right? Okay.
My visualization is only in the 1 minute. I don't need the bars. Need the line. I don't need the divergence to show. I don't need the arrows. And go to inputs. So 1 hour. 3, 25, 2. Linear weighted. Quadratic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And there it is.
That is that bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. You just saved me time.
It's on video now, so. Any pair, like the Raphael traded the gold,
Uh,
and he did it on the 15-minute chart. And he took his trade over here. Right? To me, that's not a trade yet, because the longer term time frame, the H12, is still blue. It turned over here to sync up with the colors right here. See that?
yeah. So on the 15-minute, it's an H12. On the
Yes.
5 minutes, an H4.
5 minute is, yeah, stage 4.
Okay. Okay.
To go back to the trade, right there is the trade.
Yeah.
And the sync didn't happen. If I stay, let's just drop it. I'm going to drop it down to the 1 minute.
Okay.
And look for a sync. There's the sync. There's my entry. Here's my stop loss. 12 pip stop loss on gold. Back to 15. And I'm still in the trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because H4 hasn't turned yet.
On the 1 minute, what's your exit? On the 1 hour?
On the 1 minute is the 1 hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that will be the first exit, re-entry, second exit,
Yeah.
re-entry, third exit.
You're in and out, but yet you're controlling things better, I think. Yeah.
I'll just say for his trade, he got out with 75 pips somewhere in here.
Yeah.
But if he had stayed in, he could have gotten 258 pips.
Game changer. Yeah.
And
One trade like that would put me in, I'd win my challenge.
then you have your add-on right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not there, but let's say over here, everything matches.
Excellent.
And then an add-on here. If you did that, it's 100, 275, and 250. It's like 500 some pips.
Where did you find this OSMA on chart? You just did a lot of research, or?
That's for the benefit of knowing Santiago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He does all the research on indicators.
Oh, so Santiago does all the work.
I just refine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about what I want to see on the chart, and I just start playing around to see if I find an indicator that actually does that.
Mhm.
And more than none, and you just find something.
Well, you know, they call
By
it a
the time
Mac,
it's just
they call it a MACD OSMA. We know the settings are the same. I've never figured out the difference in an OSMA and a MACD. I know the indicators look different on the bottom oscillator, but the settings are the same. And that always sort of confused me, like, which is what? You know, why don't they just call it the OSMA or just call it the MACD?
No,
Are they-
it's the MACD OSMA because it has a option to either put it on MACD or OSMA.
Oh, okay. Well, that I just exposed how dumb I am. Okay, so you got the option. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
It's the same
Don't
thing.
tell anybody, people.
See, this one doesn't have the option. It's just the OSMA. That's why it's the OSMA.
Ah, see how simple that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
That's awesome.
No?
I didn't catch the beginning. I was late. You are making recording. I
Do it
should
all over
sign,
again.
I should sign in with password and what I know. So I was late.
The only thing in the beginning was the introduction of the MACD OSMA as a line.
Yeah.
And on the
And you-
15-minute, this is the H12. Okay.
Yeah.
On the 5-minute, it's the 4-hour. And on the 1-minute, it's the 1-hour. That's the only difference.
And this gives the direction of trade, and you enter on
Yeah,
a sync.
it gives you the long term for that time
Mhm.
frame.
Yeah.
The candle gives you the medium term, right? When they sync up, then you look at the sync over here and take a trade. So you don't look for the sync down here. You look at the trends to see if they match, and then look for the sync.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
So if it's flip-flopping down here, you don't care. I mean, if the trend is already matching, it's not going to flip-flop that much. It's not going to go back and forth.
Okay.
So visually, when I walk into, like my 4 pairs I follow, I can know visually right here, right away, like this is not a trade, right? My long term is down and I'm getting a blue arrow. So in the European session, I knew this wasn't a trade. I know this is a trade, but I had to wait for the retrace to be over. I know this is a trade right away. This is blue. This is blue. I know I'm going to get a trade, long trade. Same thing here. I don't have to look down here to do all the matching. I just know my trend is here. Then I know where my match is. Sync is right there. Take my trade.
What about pound dollar? You have trade ball, but you still
Yeah,
buying
three balls here, right? Then I get
on the 15 minutes pound dollar. To
yeah,
the
you got a
right.
3-ball. Got a 3-ball
No,
here.
on the top, yeah. What do you do
What
there?
color is the bar?
Yeah, it's blue. All is blue.
Yeah,
So
the
we start
momentum is
buying.
still up, right? This is still blue. This is still blue. You're not taking a short.
No,
No, okay.
it's a fake out.
Yeah, I mean this can move.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know. But I was selling today and lost on it. So in such, I was expecting it was selling from the 3-ball and it didn't.
No, 3-ball is an indicator the trend is about to change. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no trading off of that, right? So right now, if there's a 3-ball up here, you're waiting for this to turn red and this to turn over.
Yeah.
And then you start sinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like here, 3-ball. This was probably, well, this is a bad, because it turned red over here. But this 3-ball here probably had a blue going, and then it turned red. But your sinking didn't happen till here. Both of them turned blue.
Yeah, heads up. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a heads up. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
And once these two sync up, then you're looking for your trade, which if you're trading after hours, there's your trade.
Oh, it's making it so much easier.
Yeah. So you avoid some of the flip-flops, not only on the colors, but on the direction. Because you're taking it, you say, oh, this is red. Everything is red. I'm going short.
Yeah.
Well, you go short, but it's a retrace.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be trading a retrace. right?
No.
I mean, your overall direction is long. And this is also telling you to go short, you're long term, right?
Yeah.
But once you know that you have this as blue, the bars are blue,
That's
you need to look
bias.
for a link. Right there is your sync, right there,
Yeah. It's your
Is it-
bias. Yeah.
Yeah. 93 pips.
Mm,
And
yeah.
it didn't change anywhere in your bias.
Mhm.
This changed color, so you would have exited over here, somewhere in here,
Mhm.
or 78 pips. No, 84 pips, something like that. You wouldn't have traded here because of the spreads being too high.
Yeah.
Your trade would probably have been here somewhere. And if you
Right.
got out here, 83 pips. And you didn't have to sweat it, right? I mean, here's an add-on. You
Yeah.
have multiple add-ons. You have an add-on here, add-on here, add-on here. You can stay on one pair and just say, I'm just taking this, I mean, it's strong, weekly is strong, going long.
That's
I'm
right.
just taking longs. Well, stay long. This was probably a yellow ball here,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
you could take an exit here where both of these turn red. And that's 80 pips plus 60 plus 50, that's 210.
Yep.
That's if you're trading the entire trend. 35, 245, and 30, 275, 275 pips.
That's trend trading,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
My wife's beautiful, but I'm talking a little different kind of beauty.
Well, the point is you can trade this any way you want to trade,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you want to do just a single lot, that's still 80 pips, 90 pips. You want to do 2 lots, that's 130 pips. You want to do 4, that's 250 pips. It's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's your money management, really.
Mhm.
This just makes it simpler to know where you should be taking your trades. That's
Yeah.
just that. Just by a simple introduction of the line itself to show you the long-term trend.
Yeah. I saw it on Santiago's chart a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
And,
then we talked about
somebody
it.
asked-
Yeah,
somebody asked him, I think Deborah, somebody asked him what it was, and he said it's just a different look.
right.
Same thing, different look.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Any other questions? No? Okay. All right then. Thank you all for coming.
Oh, thank
Mm.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
And,
you,
Thank
Raj.
you.
Thank you
great,
very
guys.
much.
we'll see you next week.